All right, so this is a pretty uh, hot button topic, and that is whether or not you should get your dog spayed or neutered. My this drives me crazy because everybody promotes spaying and neutering as soon as you possibly can, which, in my opinion, and there's research to back this up, is a terrible idea. If you're going to spay or neuter your dog, you should wait till they're at least 2 years old. That way they're done growing. That way their sexual organs can send the signal to the brain that they're done growing, and then their growth plates close. Because what happens when you spay or neuter a dog before they're two is they continue to grow a little bit bigger than they should, and so their stretches their growth plates out, and then their growth plates don't close on time, and then they end up can have a more significant chance of having joint and hip issues later on in their life. Um, the other thing behind that is I believe that we should be promoting a responsible pet ownership rather than promoting just the fact to just spay or neuter them just to make sure that they don't get out and get pregnant and you have puppies, and which, I mean, there is an aspect to that, but if you're a responsible pet owner and your dog is not out running around without you with them, then the likelihood of them getting pregnant or getting another dog pregnant is very unlikely. I have two unneutered males. One of them is 7 years old, the other one is 3, and neither one of them have ever gotten another dog pregnant. And so, the other thing behind neutering and spaying your dog is that there are studies that show that the cancer rates go up significantly once you do that. And there are arguments that if you don't get your dog neutered, that then they can end up with testicular cancer later on in life. Well, that could be true, but I mean, what's there to compare that to? I mean, once you get your dog neutered, obviously there's no chance of them getting testicular cancer, but if that happens, then at that time you either have to catch it early and get them removed, or you have to deal with that. But I believe that the chances of them getting cancer throughout their body with being spayed or neutered goes up significantly. So I am an advocate for responsible pet ownership and not just getting a dog, getting a puppy, and spaying or neutering them immediately. Because I don't think that it's a spay or neuter problem, it's a responsible pet ownership problem. Too many people don't take responsibility for their pet, and then they're out running around without their owner, and then things happen. Yep, but that's not the dog's fault. That's the owner's fault. If your dog is getting out of your yard or running out of your house, it is not your dog's fault. It is your fault. So you need to do something about that, and I don't believe that it's responsible just to go out and get your dog spayed or neutered just to make sure that they don't get another dog pregnant. If you're doing it that way, you're doing something wrong. Your relationship with your dog is not right, and so you need to take the time to fix that instead of just going out and having their sexual organs removed. And a lot of people think with their male dogs, if I get my dog neutered, they're not going to pee on things, they're not going to be aggressive, or they'll be less aggressive. They won't mark things, but that is, there's more a success rate on the marking side of things with neutering a dog. I mean, it's very easy to fix that behavioral wise without neutering them. So just keep that in mind. But then the other side to that is the aggression side. With aggression in male dogs, If you neuter your male dog because they're aggressive or you don't want them to be aggressive, what you've just done is you've taken a 50-50 shot in the dark of whether or not that is going to work to help that dog be less aggressive. So, and in my experience, you're probably less than 50% at helping that dog actually not be aggressive. So don't stop making excuses for your irresponsible pet ownership and start taking responsibility over your pets and doing right by them and making sure that you're providing them with what they need, as opposed to starting to take steps to hurt their future, the health in their future, to try to make it so that you feel like you're doing the right things instead of being responsible. So yes, I am a major advocate for pet owner responsibility, as opposed to just being an advocate for spaying and neutering.